But yeah, okay, we should talk about this Google event.
Yeah.
Or is it a Google event?
Okay, look at us. We are the Google event now. We are going to actually tell you about what these phones have on it because that event
I like that idea.
was pretty brutal in terms of the event.
It was a combination of a late night show, a morning talk show, and like the Super Smash Brothers Everyone Is Here intro cutscene.
And an infomercial.
Yeah, the QVC.
So let's just talk about the phones first, and then we can talk about what the happened at this event. So... Yo, what is up, people of the internet? Welcome back to another episode of the Waveform podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Marques.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm David.
We're back. We're all finally back in the same room.
No, we're not.
Yeah, Adam's missing.
Adam's not here.
But
we do have Mariah.
We do have Mariah.
We're almost all back, and Mariah is here as well. We've got a lot to talk about today. The Pixel event was, as of the day of recording, today.
Yes.
Terrible.
It's hard to even call it a Pixel event, but it happened. And we got to talk about that. We got to talk about some other stuff. But first, I just want to show you guys this. This is the thing that I was going to get for the 2 weeks that I was not here.
Can you bite it?
I could. It's kind of heavy though. I don't want to like break my teeth on it.
Yeah,
it's a medal. It's a gold medal for Ultimate Frisbee in the World Games, which was held in Chengdu, China. This medal means a lot to me, obviously, but it's also panda shaped. You can see the ears on it.
Oh.
I had a couple notes from China. One of them is I've never seen a city lean more into a single animal than I have Chengdu and the giant panda. Panda statues, panda artwork, panda souvenirs, panda medals, panda everything. It was very cool. We got to see a giant panda. They mostly sleep, so it wasn't super exciting, but we got to see them. And yeah, a lot more electric cars in China, I also noticed. And this is one of the things I knew I was going to see. I'll probably end up going back to China at some point to check this stuff out, but a lot of BYD cars. A lot.
Oh, yeah.
A lot
Bring
of
your
them.
dollars, build your dreams.
Yeah, they all say build your dreams on the back, and you kind of have to know. We called there's no Uber, it was called Didi. Lots of Didis are BYD cars, so that was fun.
I do want to say, Marques, that we're actually very proud of you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I
It's
miss
hard,
you guys.
man.
It was a lot of we were in this athletes village the entire time. I guess similar to an Olympic village essentially, but they kind of turned this international hotel complex into like a place where all the athletes from all the sports from all the countries all stay.
Wow.
And there's this huge dining hall where you kind of just show up every day and there's everybody wearing all their, warm-ups for whatever sport they play, and you could meet people who play different sports or try to guess what sport they play. And I learned a lot about how tug-of-war works and what korfball is and fistball and other sports that I didn't know about before watching these.
World Games is not the Olympics. But
World Games is essentially the Olympics for sports that are not yet in or not currently in the Olympics.
Got it.
Olympics
So
to Ocho.
Yeah, it's like just like the Olympics. It's every 4 years. It's in a new location. Last cycle 4 years ago was in Birmingham, Alabama. This time it was in Chengdu, China. And they have this village.
That's crazy. Two different
host
cities.
I have heard Birmingham is the Chengdu of the United States. Okay,
That's not crazy. That's not a crazy take. But yeah, we on our quest for this medal, we played 5 games in 5 days. We had 3 pool play games. We played Japan, then we played Germany, then we played China, the home country. It was very exciting. Thousands of people there. Very loud crowd. Super cool. Then we had semifinals against France and finals against Canada.
Wow.
We had 2 games that went to, we call it Universe Point. I'm saying
did.
I haven't played this in forever, but next point win pretty much. The
Yep.
Germany one was crazy because you guys were on defense, right? Which
We
is
needed a
much
break.
harder to
Yeah.
score. And then the Canada one, you pulled it through. You were on that point also.
Universe point hold and universe point break. Yeah, we
You were on
kind of
both?
saw
Oh, you were on
everything.
both.
Yeah, the Germany. Well, I wasn't on the D line for
no.
the break, but we
Okay.
got a break on universe against Germany, and we got a clean hold on universe against Canada.
And you were on the final point.
yeah,
Pretty
that was
awesome.
pretty sick.
There is a really cool sort of inset topography thing on the medal.
Yeah.
Do you know what this is supposed to be?
I don't know if it's a specific topography. It looks like topography, but I don't know if that's like the country or the town we were in. Chengdu does have a lot of mountains, but I don't know if that's
Maybe that's
specifically the area we were in. It was very fun, and I will probably be back.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It will be in the Olympics eventually. And when
You know,
it is, they'll know who to call.
The IOC, the International Olympic Committee, watches all these events. So
Oh.
hopefully they liked what they saw.
Do you know why? So for the audio listeners, inside of the metal opens up, and inside the metal there's a mini
Oh,
metal,
wait.
You should
and it's got a
mention that.
magnet on it.
No, and it does.
Oh,
What
right,
was it?
and it's got like a little thing that pops out of it
That
when you
you
shake
can-
it.
Tiny medallion.
Oh, you can open it.
You can like have a little thing to put a.
Oh
like,
you can
keychain,
like put it on a
lanyard or something. Yeah.
keychain.
Yeah.
Put on my keys.
Oh, your Labubu could have its own metal too.
If you wanted, yeah. I should say there's two animals that they lean into. It was kind of the pairing of a giant panda and the monkey. And so the metal is shaped like a panda with the ears. You open it up, and inside there's a tiny metal magnetized to it with the monkey.
Do you know why they did that?
Just because you can.
All right.
But yeah, okay, we should talk about this Google event.
Yeah.
Or is it a Google event?
Okay, look at us. We are the Google event now. We are going to actually tell you about what these phones have on it because that event
I like that idea.
was pretty brutal in
Yeah.
terms
Yeah.
of the event.
It was a combination of a late night show, a morning talk show, and like the Super Smash Brothers "Everyone Is Here" intro cutscene.
And an infomercial.
Yeah, the QVC.
So let's just talk about the phones first, and then we can talk about what the happened at this event. So there's a bunch of new phones. There's the Pixel 10, the Pixel 10 Pro, Pixel 10 Pro Max,
XL.
and Pixel 10 Pro XL, and the Pixel 10
that's next
Pro
month.
Fold.
Yeah.
Lots of really great names, easy names. They're all the same prices as last year, and frankly, there's not that much that's actually different about them. There's a couple interesting things, like the foldable now is IP68 rated. Qi 2
Chi2.
in all of these phones.
Pixel Snap.
I actually think that's my favorite feature.
That's probably the biggest
There's
thing.
magnets in all of these phones, and so now they can attach, and they're strong too.
They are
They're like
strong.
actually firm, and so they have these accessories like they're called Pixel Snap. There's a charger, there's a little dock you can throw it on, but you can also throw this on MagSafe accessories,
thing.
and it firmly
Yeah.
sits on them.
the clip you used in the impressions video is like
It looked precarious.
nerve-wracking.
But it was
he
so
like
good.
flips it with his hand and it just stays on
Yeah.
the like ring thing the whole time.
I asked Google, like, why did you brand this Pixel Snap? Because now if Oppo adopts Qi2, is it going to be Oppo Clip?
They're gonna name
and
it.
there's going to be, and Google said that it's just the Qi2 standard, but they optimize the magnets and everything, which you can tell because they have a ring adapter, like one of those ring things, and you put it on the back of the phone, and no matter which way you turn it, it stays sturdy.
Yeah.
Like it seems like they have done a lot of optimization to make sure that the magnets are very strong.
And like the friction of the little felt
Yeah.
in between them, like all of that, it seemed very well thought out, and
Yeah.
it worked in my hour or two of hands-on very well.
Yeah.
So I think that might be my favorite feature.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tensor 5 is in there. It's a bit more powerful. We haven't benchmarked it yet, but I don't think it's going to magically be Snapdragon 8 Elite level. That's not the focus. It's still a Pixel, and all of its clever software features and AI and conversational photo editing and all of that, that's what makes the Pixel the Pixel. So they still look the same. They still have a lot of the same camera hardware. They have similar battery sizes, slightly bigger batteries than last year. But in general, slightly brighter displays too. But
Yeah.
they're pretty similar to last year.
Yeah. I mean, Tensor, at least it's TSMC this time, so it's supposed to be quite a bit more efficient.
Yeah.
They said the CPU is 34% faster. There's a 60% faster TPU, so that means it's got way more Tensor cores. It's going to be running a lot of the models natively on device. And there's a new Gemini Nano model that runs 2.6 times faster and 2x as efficiently in some use cases, they said.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know. This year, they're clearly leaning into a lot of the AI features that can happen natively on your phone that can sort of fetch information from other apps within the Google ecosystem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you were hoping for like 100-watt charging or a brand new 100-megapixel camera or like the most incredible display of all time or some other crazy raw horsepower stuff, it's not.
They did
happening in
call
these
it
phones.
the best display ever on the live stream though, which was interesting. It was like according to who?
Some choice words. Yeah.
Was it-
according to who?
According to who? They said for the second year in a row is what they said too.
Oh, right. They did say that.
They did put the third camera on the base, which I'm excited for.
Yeah.
Because
Triple cameras.
lemongrass, baller color. Everyone was wrong about that, as per usual. Do you want to kind of really quickly just go over why then, if you have triple cameras on the 10, why you might go to the Pro and Pro XL? Because it's a little harder to see by one, if you watched
Sure.
the event because they didn't say anything about it, or two, if you're just looking hardware wise, they look exactly the same.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be similar because I've talked about this in the past. The Pixel 10 is going to be the best deal. $799, you get the most for your money there. For $200 extra to get the Pixel 10 Pro, what do you get? And I don't know how much better, but you'll get slightly better triple cameras, right? It's still 5x optical zoom, but they'll let you super res zoom into 100x on the Pro.
It was pretty impressive in some of the cases.
Yeah, we've seen some decent shots. I've also seen some pretty bad looking shots, but I think there are some cases where you could be impressed by the
100x
zoom.
does AI upscaling, to be clear.
Yes.
And it sometimes makes
On anything
mistakes.
beyond 30x, it does super res zoom or pro res zoom, whatever. they're calling it.
ProRes zoom on the Pros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a slightly higher resolution display. It is a slightly brighter display at its peak brightness.
3,300 nits versus 3,000, which logarithmically is the same.
Yeah, you won't notice that.
Yeah.
And it is in fact a slightly smaller 100 milliamp hour smaller battery, probably to fit those larger cameras.
Yeah.
So it's a 4,870 milliamp hour versus 4,970 milliamp hour on the base. Aside from that, it's double. It's more RAM, 16 gigs of RAM versus 12, and you can get more max storage. It starts at 256 instead of 128.
Yeah.
And yeah, they all have Qi 2, blah blah blah. That's basically what you get for your extra.
XL
$200.
does get 2.2, which is the 25 watt.
Yes.
Well, the Pros are both 2.2.
Sorry, the XL.
just the,
The
XL.
XL gets 2.2. Only
Really?
The XL.
Just the XL. And the Pros also have better selfie cameras.
Wow.
48 megapixel selfie cameras. So yeah, like you said, the XL is $11.99 and gets even faster charging, and obviously the larger battery and larger screen, and that's kind of it. So I think most people will get the most value for their money out of the regular Pixel 10, which is great. Then you have the Fold, $17.99. That's got your IP68. That's got your Pixel Snap Qi 2. That's got Tensor and 16 gigs of RAM and more storage, and slightly thinner bezels. So basically the hinge being thinner on the left means it's like a more centered, normal looking closed screen. And then when it opens, there's still a crease, but it looks fine, open, 8-inch screen, a hole punch cut out. Yeah, normal looking phone for that. I think it's the same cameras as last year. Maybe it's a new primary camera and then the other two are the same.
Yeah, it's a new 48 megapixel primary camera. There are some small things that are different between the regular one and the Pros. The Pros are the only ones that get the 8K 30 FPS with video boost and the night side video, where you don't get that on the regular one, which is sort of an interesting thing to leave out.
Artificial.
Yeah. There's a Pro Controls camera mode on the Pros, whereas you don't get the Pro Controls mode on the regular one if you're really hardcore about that kind of stuff. You get a better selfie camera on the Pros. So you get the 42 megapixel dual PD selfie camera, whereas the regular one has 10.5 megapixels. There's zoned UFS storage on the higher storage models of the Pros, which I had to look up what this was. Basically, they segment out the storage for storing different types of data so that it is like faster to retrieve. Because when you're trying to access memory on like a 1 terabyte hard drive, it can take forever to like go through the hard drive and index everything and then bring it out to you. So they split it up into like different NAND segments, I guess.
This is only on the 512 and 1 terabyte models.
Yeah. And then, technically 45 watt charging on the XL. But I don't know whether or not that's actually going to charge faster. Famously on the Galaxy S20 like Ultra, I think it was, it technically charged at 45 watts, but in practice it was like a 1 minute faster charge.
Yeah, the charging number that you see is often basically the peak number that it can achieve, which you only achieve that briefly at the very beginning of the charging curve at a few percent battery, and then it immediately drops down as it manages thermals and fills up the battery or whatever. So you might only see 45 watts for 2 seconds.
Right.
So we don't know. We'll test that as well. The review is in the works, as you can probably imagine.
Yeah. And then LTPO, basically.
And then LTPO, right.
LTPO. So you get 60 to 120 on the regular one, 1 to 120 on the Pro.
So there you go. You don't have to watch the event to learn all of that about these new phones. The event, though, was... how do I even explain this? It was hosted by Jimmy Fallon. It was on the Google channel. It had about 20 celebrity guests.
Probably more.
In various capacities. Like Lando Norris was one, Giannis Antetokounmpo was one, some photographer, Steph Curry. The list goes on.
Jeremy Lin.
Jeremy Lin
It was at the
briefly.
beginning.
Yeah.
The Jonas Brothers.
If you asked Google why they did it like this, I think their explanation would be, we wanted to reach the normie people. Like the tech people already know about these phones. They watched the hands-on impressions video an hour before the event happened. But for the normal people who will buy a phone based on what Jimmy Fallon says. This was for them. And to that, I would say, I don't think that worked. I don't think that's going to work.
I would say name a person that's not in our scene that's like, are you ready to watch the Google event today? Like, who do you know that's a non-techie person that's watching a tech event?
There's a possibility that on Jimmy Fallon's regular late night show, he plays a clip from the Google event that he's hosting.
Or like some short form content they pull out of it. And they're like, oh, that's Jimmy Kimmel. Oh,
Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Lots of Jimmys.
The S2 Jimmys.
Yeah. I do think it's smart of them to bring in a bunch of new audiences like this, though.
I would love to see the number on what new audience it is and how much of the audience is just us who watch it all the time and are like, did you guys say anything about the products?
But like,
here?
think about if they got all of these influencers and sports players and photographers and people to like post on their own social media accounts, then at least they're sort of like, the people don't need to watch the event, right? As long as they can clip things and like put it in the contract for all of the individual influencers to post about it.
I still don't know if that is converting like they're hoping to. How much money do you think they spent on just celebrity cameos?
Yeah.
That was an expensive event.
Yeah,
for sure.
We were joking that they could have spent all that money on 15 minutes of Taylor Swift and it probably would have had better
And
conversion.
people would watch. If she announced her new album on the Pixel event instead of her boyfriend's podcast, it would,
Facts.
Wait,
the market share would be through the roof.
there was a really funny Onion meme that was like, what's his name? Her boyfriend's
Travis
name?
Kelce.
Travis Kelce receives invoice for Taylor Swift's podcast appearance.
This was a phone announcement event masquerading as an infomercial, masquerading as a organic celebrities hanging out and being cool and showing you their phone stuff type of thing. It was unique. I'll give them that. It was ambitious, because it was live.
Yeah.
And they did, to their credit, pull off some pretty impressive live tech demo. The phone call thing with the Spanish-speaking influencer who was talking on the phone. Having seen that demo in person fail many times, I was watching that intently like, this could go horribly. Like, this could go really wrong. And it actually went pretty well.
While I was checking the mail, did they do the live translation? Are you serious? Like, right when I left the room?
It went pretty well. There was one time where she said something and then the other end it came out, I am a crazy person or something like that.
It did say something weird,
I don't think that's what she meant to say. But every other time, it was actually
it landed.
pretty
It
accurate.
hit a high note at the end. It landed, and they said like an announcement. It'll go on sale in Mexico. Oh wow, congrats! And it's like in the AI voice. It sounded kind of like Jimmy. So
Yeah.
that was cool.
It is impressive that they're able to generate an AI voice of you within 2 seconds of your voice.
Yeah, with the intonations and the timing and like speeding up and slowing down. That is very impressive tech demo.
It's not exactly, what your voice would sound like, but it's close enough. And
I feel like that could also be based on the many, many hours of Google Assistant audio you are providing.
They
to
do
your
claim,
phone.
or I guess they claim the phone call is not recorded, but that doesn't mean they don't have your
they
voice.
said it takes
they
only 2 minutes or 2 seconds of your voice to clone it, is what they say.
That is an easy thing for Google to say when they have
already have
thousands
all
of
of your
hours
data.
of your voice.
Well, it works on
already.
both ends. So the person you're calling doesn't have to have a pixel.
That is very true. Yeah.
So it's just doing it live.
Actually,
yeah,
to be
true.
fair, most people you are calling
Probably don't have a
probably
pixel.
don't have a pixel.
Yeah.
Right.
If-
Yeah.
If I had to give my kudos to anything in this event, I thought the set was fantastic. The set was really well made.
Sets.
The thing
many
about
sets.
it though is seeing some of our like tech journalist friends posting from there. The way they had to watch the event was like the set was pushed further and all the cameras were in front
It's
of
like
where
SNL.
Jimmy and the people. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like they didn't even get to feel like the event was to them. It felt like.
It was to the cameras.
It just felt like
They
this
were the
was
live
not for
studio
tech
audience.
journalists at all.
I've watched every time I watch an event like
QVC.
this, I kind of in my head try to picture what I think the brief was and like how I think it's being produced. And I could see a lot of reading off teleprompters and like camera to the side, like look at your prompts over here, then read the next prompt over here. And then a little bit of riffing in between, like Jimmy Fallon would go off script once in a while. Oh, are you allowed to say Apple? Like a random line here or there where it's just kind of like keeping it fun.
Tensor.
Yeah, I could feel some of that. And I honestly think Google probably thinks it went pretty well.
Oh, definitely.
Just
100%.
based on the fact that nothing derailed. The tech demos worked.
Based on how complex getting that many famous people in one room and trying to get them to all say the right lines and nothing disastardly happening.
Yeah, nothing like GIFable with like a missed handshake or anything crazy like last one. Like,
Or like
who would've done that?
or like when the Gemini demo failed twice on the Pixel and only worked on the Galaxy S25.
yeah, nothing like that happened.
Yeah.
So maybe they're happy about it.
They're probably stoked. There are a couple really quick Fold updates that I want to mention because this year the Fold is almost exactly the same as last year. And so a lot of people are going to like wonder if they should ever upgrade to this thing. And we talked about IP68, which is a big deal. But they also added Pixel Snap to that, which is interesting. And there's all these Pixel Snap accessories like we talked about, and there's a stand. And they specifically, both in the video and the keynote, and also when they came and visited and showed us them, demoed the Pixel Fold being open and being magnetized to the stand to try to like showcase how strong the magnets were. It did slouch very slightly to the left. I do remember seeing.
Okay.
But that's at least quite interesting in its own right, you know.
It is, and how like weighted the stand is, because what David's explaining is when it's open, it's only magnetized to the right side. So now it is like hanging precariously off the side, but the stand is still standing, which obviously takes a lot of precise. You don't want a stand to be really heavy, but it still has to be able to hold it like that.
Right.
It was pretty impressive. I didn't see it slouching, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. They also updated the Made You Look thing for kids, where they have new animations so the kids can like, you know, laugh at the.
I want to actually try that because
you should try it.
It seems like a great idea, but the amount of times I've had to like try and get Lane or my niece of like yelling and screaming the like words that they love and clapping. Like I can't imagine a silly little fish on the screen is going to be better than the 20 parents like basically begging the kid to just look at it.
I would love to try it because it's seeing as it's Google and they had it last year on their phone. They had an opportunity to kill this feature or double down on it, and they doubled down on it. They added more faces.
Well, I think it is a perfect thing to play at like a T-Mobile store, and a parent sees it and is like, oh, my kid will finally look at the camera every time. That is a great, that's going to work perfectly. Let's buy it and then see it. Maybe, I don't know. I want to try it. If I get a Fold, I'll.
And then there are a couple more features that are actually taking advantage of the opening screen, which is nice. There's the new camera app, which when you take a photo, it shows the photo you just took on the left, and it has this dynamic stacking feature where when you take more photos, it kind of like moves the photo in and it stacks them on top of each other, so you can see the whole photo roll, which is nice.
Instant shot, I think, is what they're calling it.
Instant shot. And then they now say that you can drag and drop images and links from like one app to another by holding and dropping. It didn't work in our demo, but they were confused why it didn't work. So hopefully that bug is fixed by the time it launches. That's actually very, very helpful.
Yeah, I also really liked that just like how if you have dual apps open and you can slide the middle slider and like
80% of the screen is one app.
And you can swap between them really quick and you can flip them. A lot of like really quick, intuitive multifunctional windows.
The reason I've been waiting for the trifold for so long is because I've never really seen the use of the hot dog style foldable, you know? Whereas I see a ton of Galaxy Z flips on the subway because I think that is a lot more, it's easier for people to like see and understand. And also it's a square aspect ratio when you do that. So, you know,
Yeah, the software features are really what make the Pixel
every year.
The Pixel.
Totally.
And there's some interesting stuff in there that might be tops of the people's lists again, so we will get to that. But, of course, before we get there, trivia. It's been so long since I've heard that music.
All right, guys, another event, which means another edition of...
Were you paying attention?
I wish, dude.
What? We'll just have to pretend it was there.
Is it head to head?
No, it's supposed to be Were You Paying Attention? But that button broke, and we're not going to fix it right now.
One of us could do it.
Yeah, you want to give it a shot?
Were you paying attention?
Good enough. All right, guys. Sorry, I got distracted. But actually, no, I need to complain while we're talking about Google stuff because Google AI Overview ruined my life yesterday.
Whoa.
And the day before.
That's awesome.
Because I had a flight from hell where I was...
Did you arrive
Michigan?
in heaven eventually?
Hell, Michigan. Yeah, how'd you know? Where, long story short, I had a layover through Chicago, ORD, O'Hare. And there was weather and O'Hare was shut down. And I was trying to figure out how long O'Hare was going to be shut down for. So to know if I needed to rebook my flight like that moment. And so naturally, I go to google.com and I Google is O'Hare shut down? Or is there a ground stoppage at O'Hare? Or all the necessary things. And of course, when you Google that, the first thing that comes up is a Google AI overview that will always say, yes, it's shut down. And then you click the link and it's from some article from 2017. Like it's completely irrelevant and stupid information. And you can't disable that. Anyway, that's my rant. Let's get back to...
Were you? Oh.
Close enough.
All right.
After using the A word, what did Google VP Adrienne Lofton refer to iPhone users as?
Oh, yeah. I got this.
Think I remember.
Were you paying attention? Man.
Yeah, I know.
One of the rare off-script moments. At least
Apple? Can we say that? Surprisingly, when they showed a low light camera sample, they did show it was directly from the iPhone 16 Pro.
Yeah.
I was surprised about
Oh,
that.
really?
Yeah,
Seen
because
that
usually
more
they just
lately.
say competitor's leading device.
There was someone recording the Jonas Brothers at that party at the end with an iPhone in the background.
Epic.
Sure, they loved that.
Yeah.
Well, we'll think about that, and the answers will be at the end, like usual. So we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Let's talk Pixel software. The thing that makes the Pixel. There's a couple interesting things that were announced. Some of them are exclusive to the Pixel 10. Some of them are just going to be available for everyone, but they're getting announced with this phone, so that's great too. The one that's Pixel 10 only that seems interesting that I think might not forever be Pixel 10 only is called Magic Queue. It's very Google. Google knows everything about you already, right? It knows your calendar events. It knows all the emails that you get. It knows your flight reservations. It knows your hotel reservations. It knows your lunch reservations at the restaurant because you get a confirmation email for everything. So if you get a text message with someone asking about one of those reservations, you'll get a little magic cue card thing that pops up at the bottom that is just a prompt to answer the question for you without you having to dig back in and find the email.
Kind of like the auto reply is there and you can press it and it can...
Yeah, it's an auto reply that's pulling from some other service in your Google account somewhere. It seems to work pretty well. There's a couple instances where it makes perfect sense, like someone asking about a flight info. Hey, when does that flight land? Oh, okay, well, I know the answer already because I know the last email you got about that flight says it would land at this time. Boom. Here's your answer.
Something that was surprising to me about it is that in like text messages, if someone asks, where are we eating or what's your flight info, it grabs it and it just puts it in like a regular string. So it's just like, we're going to Cracker Barrel. It just says Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
But I feel like...
Doesn't dress it up.
I'm surprised that they don't do that plus a Google Maps link or something.
Yeah, actually that would make sense.
You might usually just say the name of the place, but usually when I send someone a location, I send them a Google Maps
If
link.
I'm asking you, like, where is the reservation we're going to tonight, I would almost definitely want to know where it is.
Especially if you're from, like,
I
out
don't
of
even
town.
remember. Yeah.
Yeah, the feature demo we tried just was like typing the name of the restaurant.
Really? That's all it did?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
didn't even
what's
say the
2
time?
points of failure. Like it could already
It's the old
grab the
restaurant.
wrong email. Like I said, if it's grabbing, if I Google is Chicago airport shut down and it's pulling things from 6 years ago.
Yes.
Who's to say it's not going to pull a reservation from 6 years ago? And then,
Right.
who's to say it won't pull the wrong Google Maps link too? And then all of a sudden,
Theoretically,
your plans are ruined.
That's theoretically though. You've seen, the restaurant you're going to, or you sort of know your flight number, kind of.
There
but
are a
you just
couple-
don't remember the specifics, right?
details.
So you can verify whether or not it's right.
I think, like, in terms of a restaurant, it would most likely be like, well, if you're asking for tonight, you're in New York, it's probably going to be the one in
Cracker
New York
Barrel.
or the one that's today. I'm asking for it today.
I asked Gemini yesterday
think
about a today thing.
AI overview is a lot weirder because it's using the whole internet, where this is all using
Your
the stuff like
personal
in your
contacts.
calendar, email. It's so much more niche of what it is.
Yeah.
I'd be more confused of what if I have 2 reservations? What if the amount of times you have probably 3 different flights booked at some point, and as long as it's not like, if you're just like, when's your flight this week? You might have 4 different answers for
Yeah,
that. Or
it's true.
like,
Right.
those things get confusing.
Yeah,
I
I wonder what the
wonder,
ordering is.
will it give you options? Because, like you said, you kind of know what it is or what that
Yeah.
person might be asking
There was a
about.
screenshot in the event of 2 different options.
Oh, really?
One of them had 2 options and you could pick
Okay.
one. So I'm going to have to test this a little bit. I mean, we tested the couple setup versions they had for us, and obviously they worked because they were set up.
Yeah.
But it seems like one of those things that Google can pull off because they know a lot about you and they can just surface that information and it's convenient. It's the type of thing that Apple would like to do with Siri, but they haven't been able to figure out how to do it yet.
Yeah.
So,
well, and also Apple's so gung-ho about privacy, and it's been their whole thing that they kind of set themselves up for failure here. Because Google's always just been like, we use your data to create magical experiences. Whereas Apple's like, we don't touch that at all. We don't look at it. We don't know what it is. It's just a random string of numbers to us.
And it's also like Apple, it's not an Apple email that you're getting. It's a Google email that you're pulling into your mail app for Apple, but Apple doesn't see that information.
Well, unless you're on iCloud or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like,
server.
it's not like quite one-to-one with like what Google can offer, because Google has a calendar that you're putting events into. Google has Gmail. Google has all these other things.
Yeah. This is definitely Google at its best, like showcasing that OpenAI wishes it could be this. Apple wishes it could be this. Anthropic wishes it could be this. But Google has always been the best positioned to be able to be this agentic, as Rick Osterloh will say, and try to explain to Jimmy Fallon.
I will say the call, like calling an airline and it automatically populating like all your airline the information
In
of your
the phone
flight
app.
is so nice in the phone
For
app. So
sure,
you're not like
yeah.
on speakerphone digging in your email, typing United, and Google's Gmail search sucks so bad.
Yeah, it's one of those extremely specific things that I think I'm going to love that feature.
Yes.
I often, and this is so specific because I carry two phones, like I'll go in and I'll call with one phone and I'll pull up my calendar on the other phone and I'm like, man, this would suck if I had to do both these things on one phone.
One phone.
But this is like perfectly designed where it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I can pull up the exact information I need and it's going
Yeah.
to show it to me when I need to see it.
Yeah.
Great.
It's great because every time I have to pull up the information to talk to the agent about it, I have to either put it on speakerphone or risk not hearing them speak to me back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it would be very nice to have it. I'm wondering if it does any of this Magic Q stuff in any other apps, because the main two apps that they showed were the Messages and the phone app.
Yeah.
But I would love to see this in Gmail and other apps like that.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool. Yeah.
We'll try it out.
Yeah. I think that's probably their biggest one.
So that's Magic Q coming to Pixel 10s at first and maybe some other stuff later.
Yeah.
The other thing that I thought was really interesting was conversational editing. So you can use a text box to edit a photo. Instead of going into the actual tools and hitting edit and going, all right, saturation, oh, let me crop, oh, let me turn brightness up, oh, let me do all these other things. Or even some of the Magic Editor stuff, like erase the person in the background. You now have this text box that you can type into or talk to, and you can go, hey, make this photo look better and brighten it up and delete that plastic bag in his hand. And it will semantically parse what you said, understand what you said, and then take action on the photo using the tools built in, and it will do what you said. I tried a bunch of stuff. It did what I asked.
Yeah.
I was very impressed with it.
It was very good.
You can get kind of carried away and just be like, add a hot air balloon in the photo. It'll just do it.
Yeah.
I think that the only thing it doesn't want to do is adjust faces. So kind of the same as Magic Editor. But the fact that it understands what I'm saying and does it is really convenient and good.
And it can do a lot of local editing too. Like the demo we had, she said, turn my dress red, and it just did it. And it was very, very local to her dress.
Yeah.
Which was very surprising.
And this is like great for not people like us, but for normal people who don't know how to use Magic Eraser or don't know how to use all the different, who don't even know that there's an edit button really in there. Or they can click that and just the like chat box comes up and they can just say like, could you zoom in on this a little bit and like get that dog out of the background? Like anyone can do that. And it seems pretty good.
One of the people showing us our demo said pretty much every photo they take that they care about at all, they just say, make this look better. To every photo.
And just see what happens.
Just
it tends to just like kind of brighten things up and like crop and put your subject in the middle and just generally make it look like a better photo. It's pretty good.
Yeah. On top of that, if you want to do that before you have to run it through an AI model, they now have the camera coach feature.
Yeah.
And this is basically Gemini. It's effectively like Gemini Live, basically talking to you about what's going through your viewfinder.
Yeah.
So if you're taking a photo of a friend or something like that and you're off center, if you're to the right, or if you haven't straightened the horizon line, things like that, it will talk to you in real time and be like, turn a little bit to your left, get a little closer to the person, do this, and kind of teaches you how to take, I guess, a better photo.
Yeah. It was cool to walk through it once.
I hate this one so
I
much.
don't think I would ever use it again.
No, you wouldn't because you know what you're doing.
But even if I didn't know what I was doing, like I just feel like I'm taking a picture the way I want to take the picture. And if I wanted a coach to help me take a professional picture, by that point, I just have someone else take it for me.
Yeah, I think the people who don't care about how well framed a picture is don't care about getting coached to frame it well and just like the memory of the photo rather than the.
This is the feature for boomers for sure.
It is, but like it's slow. It takes a while
true,
to do it, and
is.
like I'm just imagining you're at, let's say, like Disney, and you're now all these parents, their kids are meeting the characters, and each parent is now doing camera coach. This line is now a 10-hour wait because each person's taking 10 minutes to like slowly listen to it and adjust and tell the kid to smile and like turn. It's, I don't know. This feels like a flop.
The pitch in the event was Alex Cooper saying like, you no longer have to teach your like boyfriend or spouse or whatever how to take the perfect picture of you. Now the camera coach will teach them. Maybe that's cool. I don't know.
Is this something you have to actively turn on, or is it on by default?
Yeah, you have to.
There's a little button in the corner.
Because like I feel like most people wouldn't go out of their way to actively turn it on.
Yeah.
But the Pixel now already, it'll tell me you need to raise the phone higher, and I didn't ask it to tell me
Oh,
that.
it does that automatically?
Yeah, and it's
It
like
does some automatic suggestions.
Yeah.
Like if the lens is blurry too, it'll
That's
tell you
great.
to clean it off.
Yeah.
That's great.
Stuff like that.
And it has the level, or you can at least have the leveling
level.
thing on something,
It's
which I think
got
is great. Some people probably just don't know what it is.
It has a nice vibration motor that vibrates when it hits the level. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great. And if you still are not good at taking pictures, it has an improved best take mode.
True.
Which was a feature from many pixels ago, which basically samples many different moments over the course of before you took the photo and after you took the photo, and then combines different photos into one with all the best aspects of each photo.
Yeah, I think they were saying like it will either choose the photo that is the best if there is one that just everything works out, or if it happens to be like this is the closest one, but we had to pull a face looking from one photo. Like it will do that.
Yeah.
And let you choose. And still, I think it'll still have the carousel of all the photos taken, and you can.
It like
choose them.
highlights what it thinks the best one is, but it lets you choose between all of them. Yeah.
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 Also, AdMe got better. It'll do pets now.
Doom Pets. That's
cool.
That's good.
Yeah.
Also, apparently it works with more people.
Actually, you know what's funny? I think AdMe is probably best with pets.
No, I
It
think
takes
it makes
so
sense.
long. Remember how many group shots we've tried to do with the dog, and the dog is never looking at
Well,
the camera?
hold on.
Everyone else is looking at the camera, but
Yeah.
the dog's never looking at
But
the camera.
that's different though. AdMe is where you take the photo and then you swap, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying like I'm going to take this photo with everyone else, and then I'm just going to get the dog. Like there's no way I can get the dog to look at the camera, so I'm just going to do
Everyone else.
me.
Yeah. Or you take the photo of the dog and then you.
No, I'll take the photo of everyone else, and then I'll
the
have
dog
someone
takes
else.
a photo of you.
No, yeah.
The dog takes the
I'll
first
take.
photo.
I guess I'm thinking like I have a group shot and I want the dog in the shot.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take the photo of everyone else, and then I'm gonna have someone take the picture with me. So we got all the people, and then I'm just gonna do the dog.
Yeah.
Because the dog is gonna be distracted in
Right.
some way, so I can just focus on getting the dog to look.
I
at
think
the
they need
camera.
dog face swap.
I think they might. Have
I hope they don't.
I don't
Next
know.
don't
Pixel
have it
11.
yet.
Yeah.
They're gonna have it soon.
Because of all these AI features, I do want to note they did not say this in the keynote, but this is the first phone to integrate C2PA content credentials into the phone. If you don't know what that is, we made a video on the studio channel about it like 2 years ago with the Leica M11P. We talked about content credentials.
What's the 5-second TLD?
5-second TLDR is that there is a metadata history of every edit that has been made to the image, and you're able to see all the changes that were made. So because all of these AI features are being integrated into these photos, now there is a trail that you can follow back, unless someone takes a screenshot, and then you're screwed. So updated pano mode supports the 5x lens. There's a new feature called Take a Message, and they were talking about, we all get phone calls sometimes, unfortunately, and when you don't answer them, and then people leave a voicemail, you never read the voicemail. And this is why listen to the voicemail. This is why visual voicemail even became a thing.
It's great.
Yeah, visual voicemail is amazing,
Yeah.
where it transcribes the message. Now, not only will it transcribe it, but it'll also send it to you in a message.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
It's just one more step, so I can like treat it like a message
Like a
and
text.
actually get to it instead of being like, I wonder what voicemails I have.
Yeah.
Because I don't like to check my voicemail.
Absolutely not. Notebook LM is now native on the phone.
Pre-installed app.
Pre-installed app.
It's another little piece of bloatware for you.
Yeah.
Little Notebook LM.
Yeah. That if you don't know what Notebook LM is, it's that Google AI app where you can basically feed it a bunch of different sources of information like documents and stuff, and then you can ask it to make you like tests about things, and it will create an AI podcast. There's a very funny YouTube video where the two AI podcasters just say they talk about a document that just says pee pee poo poo about 100,000 times. And they get really philosophical about it. It's very funny.
Huh. And that's interesting you bring that up because peep peep.
No, it's pretty much that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
We will link that in the show notes.
Yeah.
Also, Pixel Journal app. They didn't even mention this in the keynote.
It's true.
What they did mention in the keynote is that they're trying to make it as easy as possible to switch over from an iPhone. And
That's what this is about.
I think the only reason they made this was because I don't actually know anyone who uses the iPhone Journal app. But if you do, I think that they're just trying to make it so that it's as seamless as physically possible.
This is kind of the sneaky, low-key reason for a lot of things that happen in the smartphone world where it looks like they're copying each other, but a lot of it is just companies trying to give an equivalent experience on their own device to make it easier for people to switch.
Yeah.
So if any one of these things is an ecosystem wall, I would switch, but I like the Journal app and there's no Journal app on this other phone.
Right.
Well, okay, we made a Journal app and we have some googly stuff in it, so now will you switch? They just try to offer as many equivalent experiences as they can.
Yeah.
And this is a pretty blatant example of that.
For
I
sure.
think.
Yes.
Can we go into Ellis's tinfoil hat corner for a sec?
Of course, you can.
Ooh,
Would love to.
What's up, Joe Rogan?
Yeah, what's up? My name is no, I'm not going to make that. joke.
Ellis Rogan.
Oh my God!
I'm here all week.
The first trivia point is on the board. No, I always thought that the Apple Journal app was because Apple has access to lots of information about you, right? They have access to where you go and how many steps you took to get there. And if you use Apple Maps, they have access to what your favorite modes of transportation are. And if you wear an Apple Watch, they have access to a bunch of your biometric data. And a lot of that data is like anonymized and it's not really shared cross-platform. But one of the things that they did not have access to was what was in your brain because of the way iMessages was structured. Like they couldn't really like get into your thoughts and tell how you're feeling and stuff like that.
Because of end-to-end encryption.
And so like Apple Journal gave them access to how you're feeling. And I have, I don't use Apple Journal, but I've always suspected that your health data and your journal data and your location data are sort of blended together to learn more things about you to help make future predictive things that are not deployed yet. Google does look and often sells all of your stuff.
Yeah.
And they also, I don't think, read your text messages yet. I don't think they do. So this is just a way that they can get you to forfeit how you're feeling about certain things.
Well,
I haven't read the Pixel Journal terms of service and their privacy agreement yet, but I'm going to because I suspect this is so that they can
I think
sell you stuff.
It's like your big sister reading your journal, except it's $1 trillion company instead.
I think this is they did actually have a line, and I want to go back and make sure I get it right about how they're going to treat this data because they did make a pretty big point to me about the privacy of the data in the Journal app.
That's true.
I with Apple, I don't really know what they would do with that information because they don't sell ads. So there's that.
They
But
do have advertising.
if
but
you're Google
don't use your local.
and you have all this information,
It says no data collected on the Play Store. I don't know what that means, but
no data collected is a crazy line from Google.
Yeah,
I
it
don't know.
But
I don't know
if
what that
zero people use the Apple Journal app, but they still had to make it, then maybe they just don't care. You know what I mean? We basically finished up with the software on the phone.
Oh, you didn't make music with Google Recorder?
Oh, I forgot about this.
I still don't. We were trying to figure
Yeah.
this out.
They said that a lot of people like to do karaoke with the Google Recorder, or at least sing into the Google Recorder. And I think you were talking about the feature parity. Remember how the iPhone did studio quality mics, and they made it so that you could do the studio mic, which made it in a different setting, and it gave it the reverb and stuff like that. Maybe this is that, but effectively what this is in the Google Recorder app, which, by the way, Google Recorder app is really, really good. It's always been really, really good.
Yeah.
You can now sing into it, and then you can generate music of different genres that will go along with your song.
My problem with that is that's not karaoke. Unless
not
like
karaoke.
you're either
not karaoke.
singing a song that exists already,
Yeah.
and Google's generating different music to it,
Mm-hmm.
which makes no sense to me, or you're writing lyrics and singing it in a cadence and like a tone, but you haven't made music for it yet. And now Google, I don't see where
I have a
this
counterpoint.
works.
Pixel Studio app, the AI image generation app.
But that was
What do
also
you mean?
pointless.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
That's my counterpoint. It
Yeah, I was gonna
doesn't
say-
need to make sense.
Yeah,
I just don't really get this one.
I'm with you. This was the tech demo that I was like, I don't get why anyone would do that. I truly have no idea why anyone would do that.
Yeah.
But you can auto-generate music for the
It's
background.
also, I think, just a way for Google to show that they have music generation. That's
Yeah.
here's another thing that they can do with their AI. Like they can do video generation with VO3, they can do image generation, they can do text generation, and now they can also do music generation.
yeah.
I think that's all it is.
no,
Generational.
yeah, you're probably right.
It's like a tech demo.
There's also a watch and buds.
Yes.
So Pixel Watch 4 is once again a slight improvement in many dimensions to the Pixel Watches that came before it.
Physically as well.
Slightly longer battery life, slightly faster charging, both of which are great for a smartwatch. And the display is slightly bigger with slightly smaller bezels, but also it's even more exaggerated in how domed it is.
Yeah.
That's the thing that struck me when I was playing with it. It just looks like a bubble,
Yeah.
like more than ever now.
Yeah.
What are those like compasses that you have on top of
Like
like
the hand compass.
there's lots of ones that are kind of like bubbled up on top of like maybe like a Swiss Army, like an army knife, or like one of those like the containers that have like matches, like a survival container, and it has the little, it looks like that, where like the screen is domed also, and
Yes.
it is,
Right.
it's
It wraps
very
around.
noticeable.
The display,
Yeah.
it's not even just because I think people understand like that the glass is curved. Like that's been true for a while. I mean, like the display under the glass is also curved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when you picture this, like you can look at it from all these angles, and it's like a bubble screen. It almost looks like the surface tension of like you fill a glass all the way up with water, and then like it's
Yeah.
like bubbling over the top. Like it looks like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful watch. It is also doing the Material 3 expressive thing. It has a new dock, so the charger is on the
Sideways.
side now
Yeah.
instead of on the back of the watch.
Yeah.
So you pop it on the side, and then obviously the display lights up and it charges faster.
Which is actually kind of cool,
I like
and
that.
I'm interested to see what kind of docks they make for this, either first party or third party, because there are a few different things it can do while it's charging. It can either show just the clock, it can show the battery percentage, it can show your next upcoming alarm, it can show the weather. So there's a few different. You can basically use it as a clock that's just on your bedside table.
Yeah.
What's it called on the iPhone where it's docked landscape and
standby mode.
standby mode?
Yeah,
Like
standby mode's awesome.
this is that for the watch, and like if
Basically,
it's my nightstand, which is directly in front of my face if I'm laying in the bed, it doesn't need to be that big. A watch
Yeah.
is perfect there, and it's a Pixel watch, so you probably have to charge it every single night.
Apparently the battery is 40 hours
For the
on
big
the big
one.
one.
I thought that was very fun.
It's like a true day and a half now. It was like a little over a day before, and now 40 hours is like a real day. and a
what
half.
good
2 full
is a
days.
day and a half? What good is a half a day?
It just means
Showering.
that the brief time, it's really just about fast charging. Honestly, I don't actually care how long the battery lasts if it charges really fast. So if I have like a bit of time, as long as it lasts more than a day and I can like shower and charge it,
Yeah.
and I can like have a meal and charge it, or every once in a while just pop it on the charger and it'll go right back to 100%, I'm happy.
Yeah.
So I think that's the more important stat to me,
Yeah. It says it does 0 to 50 in 15 minutes.
which is great.
Yeah.
That's really fast.
Yeah, it's quite fast.
Yeah.
They now have the Raise to Talk to Gemini feature. So unfortunately, there are no Gemini Nano models on the watch. It does use the big models in the cloud, but it recognizes when you bring it up, when you tilt it and bring it up to your face, and then it recognizes if you talk to it and ask it a prompt.
Yeah.
Then it'll relay that to your phone, and then it'll relay that to the cloud, and then it'll relay that back to your phone, and it'll relay that back to you. It's faster than it sounds, but it is kind of interesting and kind of like works into Google's whole like Gemini is everywhere thing, because now you can talk to Gemini directly on your phone, or directly on your watch, or directly on your, I don't know, Pixelbook or something.
everywhere.
It's everywhere. I don't know how they're going to identify which Gemini-enabled device you're talking to when you're in a home that has like 500
They've never cared about
Gemini-enabled
that
devices.
before. I hate
Yeah.
like saying the word in my living room and just hearing my kitchen all the way in the background being like, I can't answer that right now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be in the car too, according to that video.
Oh yeah. They have Gemini. Yeah, they now have Gemini and Android Auto or
Google
Automotive,
Gemini for Google Cars
Auto-
or whatever.
Car,
Google Play, Animotive,
Google Drive.
Google Drive. We're gonna call it that from now
should have
on.
been called that.
Yeah. Also, something we didn't mention on the phones that is also on the watch, which is quite cool, is SOS satellite communications. The phone now has satellite access, but not just for the SOS stuff. So, throwback to the iPhone 14.
What phone was that?
14. I think it was iPhone 14 Pro.
Where you could like hold it up and have a little UI on the screen.
Yeah, which I have used in national parks and it actually does work quite well.
That's good.
And Apple's whole if you do not buy this phone, you're going to die campaign. Now Google has a phone that you will not die if you use, which is cool. Nice. And there are certain services like T-Mobile today announced that they have a constellation of Starlinks that's 650 Starlinks, which by the way, we talked about this in our space race episode about how all the satellites that are getting launched into space. Now there is a dedicated T-Mobile constellation just for this, which is
Are we going to have new zodiac signs?
yeah, the T-Mobile zodiac.
Rising T-Mobile.
What's your sign? I'm T-Mobile. I'm Google Fi. Well, that's such a Google Fi thing to say.
Such an AT&T thing. Wow, we're almost there.
Yes. But now the watch can actually communicate with the satellite too. And I would like to see that in action because you have to bring your sort of wrist up and target it at a satellite that's in low Earth orbit.
I was told that there's a UI for it.
There is a UI.
I'm sure it's very clever. I haven't actually seen it in action, but
Yeah.
I'll give that a shot.
And then they also added their personal health coach in Fitbit, which again is a parallel to the fitness coach they added in the Apple Watch that nobody wants.
Yeah.
So
This is Stephen Curry, though. No, what did he say?
The ad was from Steph, where Steph's working with Google now, and his idea was I've had coaches my whole life. I think everyone should have a coach, so I decided to help you guys bring it to everyone.
Rick, how'd you get Steph? Jimmy, we're worth $1 trillion. Get
was
whoever
easy.
we want.
too many famous people.
Yeah.
Well, before we go,
Pixel
Mariah,
Buds.
you're on a Pixel Watch 1.
Oh.
Are you going to upgrade?
No. I've considered my options. I've seen the updates, and I think I'm good.
Really?
I think I'm good.
But it's so much faster to charge
It's true. It's true. And,
and domed.
the Google Assistant doesn't really work on my existing Pixel Watch, and I don't know if it'll work on any of the other watches, so I'm not
Well, it's
super
Gemini.
optimistic.
It's Gemini.
Oh, it's
now.
true.
It's true.
It's true.
You are always talking about how much you want Gemini.
You know me so much. You know me so well.
Smaller bezels.
Yeah.
You should try it.
New charger.
Mariah
I'll try
is a
it.
good consumer.
Yeah.
She doesn't buy new things just because they're
What,
new.
do you want to try it, Alice?
None of these things work. None of these things work. I talk to my friends all day about this. My friends use Cursor, it doesn't work. AI Overview doesn't work. I constantly get wrong stuff from all the chatbots. None of them work. Why do they keep doing it?
Think of the shareholders, Alice.
Oh, God, the shareholders.
Have you thought of the shareholders?
You're right.
They might have to sell the 20th
How are they going to afford
home.
Jimmy Fallon next year?
Yeah. Pixel Buds 2A.
Yeah, I was going to say there's one more piece of hardware, and it's new Pixel Buds 2A. They have ANC now. They're very small. They are IP54, and they're $130. And they have Gemini in them, so you can,
We were so close.
your favorite thing. It's your favorite
We
thing.
almost got away from it, Alice.
Yeah, so that's basically all the new hardware and software that was announced, scattered throughout this event. It was a real challenge finding that stuff if you watch the event.
yeah.
Real challenge.
Yeah.
But it's in there.
If
Yeah.
only they had it all on a table right in front of them where they could have talked about all of it, but instead didn't.
Yeah, they tried. No,
They
they
tried.
had a part where it was
They
all
had the
on table in
QVC.
front of
Yeah,
you.
they just
They
barely
talk
talked about
show.
any of
Yeah,
it.
sort of
I'm
breezed through
also
that.
personally offended. They didn't think the Pixel Watch segment was worth Jimmy Fallon's time, but they had him.
He just wasn't there.
But he was wearing a Pixel Watch for...
Oh yeah, they were twinning.
Was
remember?
they were all wearing Pixel Watches?
Yeah.
Was the Pixel Watch section the workout section? Because I have to give credit to the Google guy who had to do a bunch of kettlebell swings while he was presenting.
Yeah.
He did great.
I tweeted, if everyone's famous, is anyone famous? Because I didn't recognize almost any of those people. I recognized a couple.
Some of them were very famous, and then the second half were
Wow.
They're like
Stephen
finger
Curry's
snap famous, you know, or like
Oh,
who's that?
I see on my reels.
You're the
my
see
the guy who scores all those
on my
three-pointers
show.
in the
Yeah.
NBA.
the guy that says things on the subway.
Yeah, that's the Kevin Hart bit, but it's like the YouTuber. They said YouTube megastar, and I looked around and nobody in the room knew who it was. But
To
it
be
was a
fair,
Spanish-speaking
yeah,
YouTuber
right. We
with
were all like,
27 million subscribers.
Wow.
So
Shout
cool.
out to her.
The Peloton instructor like got a big standing ovation because I'm sure people who use Peloton were like, "Oh, that's the guy," but
From the billboard.
I don't use Peloton, so I was like, "Who's the?"
yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, that's what happened. It was a lot.
Yeah. You can pre-order it now if you want. And then if you don't have to.
Yeah, you can watch our hands-on impressions video. That went live this week. Check that out. Full review coming on the good stuff, of course. So get subscribed if you want to watch that. Well, there's a couple other headlines of things that did happen. Should we get those after the break?
Let's do
Should
that
we hit-
after the
Should we
break.
hit one more trivia extravaganza break?
Yeah. We'll do a trivia. But not the extravaganza break.
Just trivia.
That's later this month.
Of course.
Yes.
Regular trivia. That's great. I'm good.
Squeaked so loud. Well, I'm glad we all made it to the Pixel Watch event this year. And so you all know I'm an avid user of the Pixel Watch. I wear it almost every day except for the days that it matters because I forgot today. And my question for you is, how many times have I mentioned the Pixel Watch in our company Slack?
How many times?
How many times?
Is it-
And this is Price is Right rules.
Oh.
Closest without going over. So save your thoughts for later.
Did you have to use the term Pixel Watch?
I keyword searched exactly Pixel Watch with
Okay.
only me.
Okay. So images of it wouldn't have come up, but any text message with Pixel Watch would have come up. Okay. This is something that only.
But if you
we-
use the new Slack AI, it'll automatically decipher all your
Semantically
pictures.
understand
Yeah.
the photos.
That's
The new multimodal nonsense burger. Jesus Christ. Let's go to
Well,
the
we'll
break.
think about the answer. We'll be right back.
Goodbye. All right, welcome back. We're going to talk about something that's not specifically Google related, but maybe tangentially Google related in a very interesting way, according to Rick Osterloh on the stream today. If you got that. Meta is reportedly going to launch their Hypernova AR glasses this year for about $800, potentially next month, according to Mark Gurman on Bloomberg. It was originally reported that these would be over $1,000, but apparently Meta is willing to take a loss to try to soup up demand. The difference between 800 and 1,000, I'm not really sure if people are
Yeah.
going to be willing to buy that in the first
it's
place.
200.
Well, once there's a bunch more competitors
What?
in the market, it might look impressive. I for one, am very excited to test all these glasses.
Yeah.
These interesting, potentially useful glasses. Like Google, Rick Osterloh literally said in the event, we are going to be launching our AR glasses with Google soon.
Yeah.
So we know they're working on those and they're coming
Yeah.
soon. I got a demo a while ago. I thought they were amazing, and I just want to use them in the real world. So yeah, $800. That's the first price tag we're thinking we might see IRL.
Yeah. So,
Sure.
yeah. Apparently,
Google Glass was like $1,600. How much was that?
the Google Glass,
Yeah.
it was 1,000 or was it 14? I think it was 1,000 for the Explorer edition.
1,500.
Oh, 1,500.
Yeah.
What year was that?
That was 2012.
800 seems kind of impressive by that standard.
Yeah. According to Mark Gurman, it says there is a small screen for mini apps and alerts on the right lens, and they'll be controlled by the Orion wrist accessory that we tried last year.
Okay, so this is not totally like the Orion glasses where we saw lots of different things in like a very fully scoped
And
AR
on
world.
both lenses.
This is like a HUD.
It's almost
pretty
like
much.
an accessory to your smartphone in a way.
Yeah.
Sorry, like a smartwatch.
One way that Google has helped to understand like the different price tiers that these things could come in is single lens versus both lenses. Obviously, having a display in one lens costs much less. So it doesn't look 3D or track over your environment, but you kind of can see things in a little HUD.
Yeah.
That's the single lens experience. And then the dual lens experience potentially lets it be tracked over your real world and have more depth and look like better fidelity, which is cool, but it's
Right.
twice as expensive.
Right.
So this is like a lower priced version, $800. And then that kind of feels like a more expensive dual lens version might be in the $2,000 to $3,000 range.
Right. Yeah. Wondering what time next month it apparently launches too, because we're getting
Isn't next month
iPhone
September?
It is.
Okay.
It's the
gonna be
big
busy.
month.
I
It's
wouldn't
the
be
big busy
surprised
month.
if Meta was like, yeah, we can fight the iPhone.
That's the same.
Okay.
Well,
I mean,
luck.
you kind of just want to get your stuff on the shelf before the holiday season, no matter what.
That's
like
fair.
the iPhone's going to do it every year anyway, but also here we have the Google event, and like there's going to be Samsung stuff coming out. It's just it's the time of year to do stuff.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
Speaking of the time of year to do stuff, if you remember from an episode many, many moons ago, Apple was sued by Masimo, a health tech company, for the light-based blood oxygen sensor in the Apple Watch. They had to remove it from the watches, and they were not able to sell the Apple Watch for a short period of time. So now they figured out a way around this. But now, and this is very funny, the way that they figured out how to get around the patent was they will collect the data using the sensor on the watch, but they will not calculate the data on the watch. They will send the data to your phone,
So
and it will be calculated on your phone.
I don't know if you can see that, but if you open the blood oxygen app now on the phone, it just goes
watch.
on the watch now. It just goes, oh, you can find this stuff on your phone.
Yeah.
So
now I guess the way they get around the patent of a device that reads your blood oxygen is it takes the data, sends it to your phone, and your phone reads the blood oxygen.
Yeah.
Which is certainly a way around it, and something that I'm surprised that it took Apple this long to do. Yeah.
geniuses.
I mean, honestly, it probably took them that long because they probably really didn't want to do it.
I thought that they were going to try to figure out like a different way to vaguely calculate your blood oxygen.
Yeah.
So this is a better solution for them for sure.
Well, speaking of an Apple Watch,
Wow, we're like straight through these things. It's like whoa, whoa, whoa.
real quick, did you see this on someone posted this to our subreddit, but it was a post on the subreddit Industrial Design. Someone made a post that says, my design to try and get me off my smartphone, and essentially made a fully metal case for his Apple Watch Ultra to be, I guess it's a LTE Apple Watch Ultra, where he's just using this completely independent of a phone and created an entire
brutalist.
case. It's super brutalist.
Yeah.
And like very industrial.
Yeah.
And just like milled, I forget what he said he's using.
He's using aluminum.
Yes,
he said he
it's
wanted
fully
to use
aluminum.
titanium, but it would have been a lot more expensive.
Yes. He also did a stainless steel version, which was too heavy, but it's essentially kind of like an iPod Nano. It's like a very small phone size, maybe 2.5 times the height of an Apple Watch Ultra, and just about as thick, milled out a spot so you can still use the crown and the buttons on the side. And it has a little like lanyard hole for it and stuff. It's pretty cool.
This is not too dissimilar to recently Allison Johnson on The Verge did a article about, can I just use an LTE powered smartwatch instead of my phone for an entire week?
Instead of your phone.
Yeah.
And she just used it on her wrist the whole time.
Yeah. And it was difficult, but it was doable.
Probably relying on your voice a lot. I guess.
Yeah. I mean, the keyboard is not terrible on the watch.
I hate poke typing on it. Swipe typing is
Swipe
okay
is okay,
sometimes.
yeah.
But okay.
Yeah. Ironically, this attachment that he put it in looks very, very similar to this Bang & Olufsen speaker from the 80s. Just hyper brutalist, like milled metal.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He did say, I think he's going to make 100 of them.
Yeah. To start.
For sale.
Yeah. I kind of want to try this.
We'll link it in the show notes if anyone wants to see it. But I mean, we're pretty bad at describing things. There's not a ton to describe here. It's a piece of metal
block
with an Apple Watch
put a
Ultra
watch
inside in it.
In a metal block.
Trivia!
Data is their food.
We all loved that Pixel event. And at one point, Jimmy Fallon freaked out because Google Vice President of Marketing, whose name I've conveniently forgotten and need to look up, Adrienne Lofton. Thank you for highlighting that for me, Mariah. Adrienne Lofton used the A word. Dun, dun, dun. But after that, she described iPhone users as what?
Sheep.
Yeah, sheep.
I think I remember.
So, what's everyone doing this weekend?
Going to the pool.
I think Marques is probably going to go to
Just sleep.
I have a double practice.
You have a double practice? Oh my goodness.
Man, this man does not rest.
All right, let's flip these boards. Oh my God, we all put the same thing, and it is at 1, 2, 3.
Hi, friends.
That would have been a great buzzer.
Have any of you guys ever said that authentically?
No.
No.
Neither has
Have
she.
you?
I don't have
guys
any.
Ever said it agentically?
Every day. Thousands of times a day.
All right, Mariah.
So the question to refresh your memory was, how many times have I mentioned the phrase Pixel Watch in our company Slack?
Price is Right.
Closest without going over.
A number popped into my head when you first said it, and I'm ready.
Did you guys already write it
I
down?
wrote it
down.
So you didn't need any time at all.
Yeah.
Well, now we got to sit through this.
Price is Right
It's
rules.
just kind of a guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, unless you have Slack in your brain right
Based
now
on
and you
pure
can search.
vibes.
Vibes. Pixel Watch vibes.
I'm searching right now.
I'm indexing. Hold on.
All right, let's see it.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Oh
I
my
went
goodness.
high.
We got a spread
I'm
here.
screwed.
I can't read David's. 13?
Yeah.
Okay, that's, yeah, no.
Well, okay, but closest without going
I
over.
wrote 27.
27.
Can't be more than
What does Marquez have?
4.
4.
4.
What was it?
I think Andrew's the
Let's
closest.
Without over
Without
either.
over?
Yeah.
Let's go.
What do you have a second guess? How many times
40.
I've said it?
There's no way.
You said it that many
I've
times?
said it many times.
And you post
Really?
you post a lot of, like, when you did the stairs in Pittsburgh, you posted the, like, how many crazy steps you took that day. That
did you
should
say
count, but I
Pixel
don't think it's
But
just
did
Pixel
you
Watch
use
in
the
it.
phrase Pixel Watch in that
Wait, hold on.
post?
She has the Pixel Watch 1, so this is 3
3
years
years
of
of Pixel
Pixel
Watch.
Watch.
That's true.
It's mostly when I pulled it up, just Pixel Watch and then profanity after. But the correct answer was actually 45. A little. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Smokes.
In honor of this being the first episode, the first trivia question in this season of Waveform Trivia.
Wait, is it really?
Yeah.
Wait, but
Super Head Trivia didn't count for anything.
Wow, it's been said 174 total times in Slack.
Are we Team Pixel?
get it from Google.
Mariah, hit it.
Get from Google.
Can we do a third trivia question, or are we
Yeah.
going to deprive them?
Yeah,
Guys,
send it.
Do it.
Send it.
when I don't know what to do a trivia question about, which was me until about 5 minutes before we started taping this episode, I do Old Faithful, which is shellfish. And we also have Mariah on the podcast, which is
true.
begging for a crawfish question. And I'm kind of still on my New Orleans food game. And so I wrote a question that incorporates all three of these things.
Incredible.
Jambalaya.
New Orleans...
Gumbo.
Is that an acceptable answer to this question?
Jambalaya?
Jambalaya is not.
Gumbo?
But is gumbo? Gumbo may be an acceptable answer to this question.
Why'd you tell us?
Yeah, just read.
What New Orleans staple food typically features both crayfish and rice?
That's right.
Jambalaya, gumbo, jambalaya I will not accept. But that usually sometimes has...
Wait, you didn't know the answer before you asked.
I'm realizing,
Are we just all
I'm
gonna
realizing
put
how
gumbo
many
now?
acceptable answers there were in
Oh.
here. Like gumbo probably works. I should have added that you have to start with a blonde roux, but actually that disqualifies jambalaya, but lets gumbo still sneak by. All right, I'm no longer accepting gumbo because that was thrown out there.
Wait, so what was the question?
It was name a New Orleans food that features both crayfish and rice, and I'm adding starts with a blonde roux.
Blonde roux?
A blonde roux. And I'm not.
Jambalaya doesn't count. A blonde roux.
All right, flip them.
Wait.
Red beans and rice
With crawfish.
No, next.
You get points for that. I don't have anything.
Does that say kangaroo?
Yeah.
Sweet. No. And Marquez has nothing. The correct answer was étouffée.
You said a blonde roux.
Étouffée. Thank you for playing another episode of Ellis's New Orleans Kitchen. Thank you for watching this episode of the Waveform Podcast. It was produced by Ellis Roven and Mariah Zank. We are part of the Vox Media Podcast Network, and our intro outro music was produced by Vane.
Still.
So... Tensor!
Tensor!
Tensor! Google Tensor! Tensor! I want that. I want that phone. Like and subscribe.
Who does Jimmy Fallon?
Google.
Let the whole echo like play out.